Alien perception and the nature of seeing. Humans understand the world primarily through 5 senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. These senses are like windows, narrow openings through which the vastness of reality trickles into our awareness. We mistake these narrow channels for the whole, believing that what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch constitutes the totality of existence. Yet this is a profound illusion. Our senses do not reveal reality as it truly is. They only reveal reality as our bodies are able to receive it. What we call the world is not the universe itself, but rather the human rendering of it. If we accept this, then the question of extraterrestrial perception becomes not just scientific but deeply spiritual. How might other beings, born of different stars and sculpted by different laws of evolution, perceive existence? Would their version of seeing resemble ours? Or would their reality be so unlike ours that we would fail to recognize it as perception at all? To assume that alien beings must possess sight, hearing, or touch is to assume that human faculties are the template for life in the cosmos. But perhaps the cosmos offers an infinity of ways to know itself, each species tasting only a drop of the ocean. Even here on Earth, perception reminds us of its fluidity. A butterfly sees colors hidden from our eyes. A bat navigates by weaving sound into vision. A snake perceives the warmth of life as a luminous glow. These creatures do not live in our world. They live in theirs. Each inhabits a reality bounded not by the universe itself, but by the limits of perception. And if Earth alone contains such a multitude of worlds, what then of the greater universe? What unthinkable ways of perception might lie scattered among the stars? Among humans, too, the veil of perception is uneven. Some are colorblind. Others see shades invisible to the rest of us. Some hear whispers others cannot, or sense moods and intentions before a word is spoken. A few describe synesthesia, where colors are heard and sounds are seen. Even within the human family, reality is plural and shifting. It follows, then, that what we call reality is not an objective given, but a shared dream, fragile, contingent, and endlessly variable. This leads to a deeper truth, that existence itself may be layered, with dimensions beyond the reach of our senses. What if other beings live within those unseen layers, perceiving us not as bodies of flesh, but as patterns of vibration, as resonant fields of thought, or as flickers of spiritual light? To them, a human might not appear as a person, but as a symphony of energy, an aura of frequencies flowing within the greater fabric of the cosmos. In this sense, aliens, or any beings beyond ourselves, might not simply inhabit different worlds, but different modes of existence altogether. Reports of extraterrestrial contact, though controversial, often echo this possibility. Abductees describe beings who do not speak, but instead communicate mind to mind, bypassing the clumsy machinery of language. To such beings, thought itself might be visible, as clear and tangible as sound or color is to us. Telepathy, in this view, would not be a mystical gift, but simply another sense, one we have forgotten or never fully developed. And yet, even humans are not strangers to these subtler modes of perception. We feel the presence of another before they enter the room. We sense when someone is watching us. We sometimes know a friend is in distress before a word has been spoken. These whispers suggest that perception may extend beyond the boundaries we are taught to accept. Perhaps what we call intuition or spiritual sensitivity is but the faint echo of faculties more fully developed elsewhere in the cosmos. Thus, the question of alien perception is also a mirror held up to humanity. It reminds us that our senses, marvelous though they are, do not exhaust the ways reality can be known. It urges us to humility, to recognize that our experience of the world is not the universe in its fullness, but only one translation among countless possible translations. The true mystery, then, is not whether aliens see as we do, but whether perception itself is a universal language of the cosmos, one spoken in infinite dialects of light, vibration, energy, and spirit. Perhaps all beings, no matter how alien, are united by this simple truth: that to exist is to perceive, and to perceive is to participate in the unfolding consciousness of the universe. If so, then the gulf between human and alien is not an abyss, but a bridge, an invitation to expand our imagination, to awaken to hidden dimensions of ourselves, and to remember that the cosmos is always more vast, more mysterious, and more alive than our senses can reveal.